I am so excited because we are ready to put our artwork together today. So we have our rocket done and we have our blast off lines done. Let's take a look at our scissors first. Our scissors, there's a small part and a large part. And when we put our hands in the scissors, we want to put our thumb in the small part, and in the large part are most of our fingers. It'll look like that. Now when I am cutting around my spaceship, I'm going to do something called a bubble cut. Sometimes it's easy to go right on the line here, like this. But sometimes that's very difficult, or we have a lot of details. So take a look at this. Right around here, I might bubble cut it first, and then go back and cut little snippets off. So I'm not trying to get one big amount around the side, I'm just trying to take little snippets. Here's another place that I might bubble cut. Then I can go in here and make smaller cuts. So one in from that side, I took my scissors and now I'm pulling it back out. Cutting a little snip in, bringing it over here. Little tiny snips might make cutting this out easier. So you'll cut your rocket out, and then we're also going to cut out our blast off lines. So this is the part that's going to come out the bottom of our ship. So we can take our pencil, I'm going to use a marker so we can see it better. You're going to draw zigzag lines all the way out, and your blast off might look different than mine. I want to use a lot of this paper. Then I'll go ahead and cut this part out too. So I'm taking snips. Little at a time. Notice that I'm getting some trash down here, and that's okay. I'm keeping it all together and I can clean that up later. Ooh, awesome blast lines. Now we're going to be putting this on a piece of paper, but let's talk about gluing right now. So when I glue, I'm going to add my glue around the edge of whatever I'm gluing down. Now this is kind of a tricky thing, something that not all art teachers ask you to do. Notice I didn't have my bottle way up high, I had it right down on the paper. I made a line around the outside, and this is what really makes white glue stick. I'm going to take my finger and blend it all the way out to the edges. So I'm going all the way out to the edges. Now my finger has some glue on it. I don't have to be worried, because look at this, in the center I didn't put any glue. So I can take my finger and wipe it off there. If it still is full of glue, I can rub it on my hand, and look at what this turns into, like little balls of black glue. So I can just wipe those off. I'm going to add glue to my other one, and then we'll talk about how we're going to add this onto our background or our piece of paper. Okay, I placed my rocket ship down and my blast off lines underneath it, and I'm checking for floppies. Floppies are parts of my paper that come up like this. We don't want any floppies. If you have floppies, make sure that you've held it down for about 10 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If it still is floppy, like this one is, you might need a little extra glue. So I'll add a little extra glue. And then you're going to want to press that down again, making sure that it won't come up. So another 10 seconds on that one. Then I can look for other floppies. I have another floppy here. But this is what your rocket ship is going to look like. Pretty cool.